Really uplifting story now as we prepare to say goodbye. Two sisters breaking barriers below and past the competition at speeds most of us could not even imagine going. Later this month, the National Hot Rod Association is set to host its first ever race in our area. It'll take place at the Maryland International Raceway, and leading the pack, two second-generation drivers, Jasmine Salinas and Gianna Evaristo, who are helping redefine what this sport looks like. Evaristo has even earned the title of one of the fastest women in the sport, hitting speeds of over 200 miles an hour. Oh, I could just dream of going that fast. They both join me now to talk about their journeys and what this moment means. Thank you both for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
So you are both in two different disciplines when it comes to driving fast.
Yes.
Can you tell us about what your specialty is?
Yes. So I race a pro stock motorcycle. Okay. It is pretty much a very long drag bike. We have a big fat tire, wheelie bars. We make about 400 horsepower. So I ride a V-twin. The motor is very similar to what you'd see on like a Harley Davidson.
Yes.
But we run a quarter mile. We shift 5 times going down the track. We leave at full throttle. We have no seatbelts, obviously, no roll cage, very dangerous. But it's
she says with a smile on her face. Jasmine, tell me about your specialty.
So I compete in Top Fuel Dragster. Those are the fastest accelerating vehicles on the planet.
Wow.
We'll go 0 to over 330 miles an hour in under 4 seconds, over 1,000 feet.
That is so incredible. Let me ask, so this is in your lineage here. This is, you come by this with your family tradition, but when did you realize that it's not just something that your family was involved in, but you had a passion for it too? I'll ask you first.
Yeah, definitely. So early 20s, I got licensed. I started riding on the street when I was 19. The opportunity to race came about when I was 21. I knew I loved motorcycles, but we didn't come from a motorcycle family.
Okay, right.
So my dad assumed, oh, you're going to go the same route as my sister.
Sure.
You're going to choose dragsters, and then I chose motorcycles.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to have a family that supported that decision.
Absolutely.
And I tried it. My love for it just grew, and this is my 7th year racing professionally, and I've loved it ever since.
No fear.
I don't want to say that.
Okay, because I was going to say, like, just sitting here with you is inspirational just for that aspect of it. I know, of course, there are things that go into it, but yeah, I feel like inspired by that for sure. Now, okay, most of us can't imagine what it feels like to go the speeds that you go. Can you put it into words at all?
I mean, I can try. It's so when we hit the gas, we are going, I think, people like to talk about 0 to 60 foot times with their street cars, and by the time we go 0 to 60 feet, we're going over 100 miles per hour in under a second, and we're racing 12,000 horsepower race car. We're experiencing up to 6 G forces, pressing against you. That's 6 times your body weight, pressing down on you as you're going down the track. And then when we hit our parachutes, which we have 2 of them to help us slow down, that will create an instant decel. So instantly we're flying forward, and there's -8 Gs throwing us forward. It is such a wild sensation to kind of, feel you're going that fast, all of the pressure, all the G forces, the adrenaline is so high, and it's over in, less than a blink of a second.
Right. Now that reminds me of like a roller coaster or two that I've been on. Is that how you could describe it?
The closest thing I would say is when and so it's funny, I'm afraid of roller coasters. I can go 330
So there is some fear.
Yeah, I'll go 330 miles an hour, but I won't go on a roller coaster. Yeah. And that's my weird thing. But the closest thing I would say is when you're sitting in a roller coaster, and I know when it takes off, that initial thrust back, that's what it feels like, except the cars are just keep pulling and pulling and pulling the whole way through.
That is awesome. Before we let you go, people are watching you, of course. All people are watching you, but especially young women watching you. So what does that feel like to know that you're having an impact on little girls, even that say, hey, I can do anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I mean, we were lucky enough to be able to grow up in the sport, and we watched a lot of the other female racers. We went to the track, watched them. They became our inspiration to get into the sport, and we actually have the opportunity to now race with them.
Yeah.
And so, I think Jasmine and I both, we take a lot of pride in that, in everything that we do. Jasmine always says that, we don't want to be the last, woman in our sport. We want to be able to pave the pathway for more people.
These are the Scrapper sisters. Thank you for joining us. That's the time today. Thank you again. Good luck
Thank you for having us.
Maryland.